you used to listen to a forecaster. His name was, my mother's favorite was a guy named Gabriel Heater. And he'd come on, the news would come on at 6 o'clock. And anybody from the area that got killed or went missing in action, they were announced that. People whose names in the draft would come up, and you used to take it, you would be evaluated for the draft. There was a lot of things that went into what your evaluation would be. First of all, were you a father of a family? That changed your classification. Were your physical conditioning, like somebody that was not fit for military service, used to be what they called 4F, and they would take in, they would get what changes. Now I had an uncle, Elmer, who was a big fat guy, and he, because of his weight, was considered 4F, or a mild form of 4F. And they would read off the names at night, and at 6 o'clock at night, everybody was sitting there listening to your radio. Did anybody you know get killed today? Was Patton in this place and that place, or what was going on in Africa and Greece and all of this kind of stuff. And so you sat there and you listened to all of this kind of stuff. And there was a lot of things that went on that were very controversial things. I can remember they wanted to stop making animal food, like dog food and cat food.
Really?
Because they wanted every ounce of
food to go to the...
of stuff to be used for food. You used to get stamps. You used to get booklets with these stamps, and you would have to take these stamps, and you would have to give these stamps up. And I don't know. I mean, it was not something that I paid a lot of attention to.
This is the point of video where I pause.
Something I had butter, oil, cooking oil.
Did you know that's where margarine was developed?
Yep. The margarine was developed. Used to be signs in a grocery store. You see grocery store. We have oleo, which was oleomargarine. Oleomargarine was this strip of fat. It was wrapped up in a chunk, and you'd get this packet of yellow dye, and you'd cut that, and you'd put it on, and you'd mix it up.
That sounds awful.
And the thing,
I'm just gonna pause.
What name used to come up to when they would have changes in positions in the draft? His name come up because he was on the cut of, if they really got short of people, they would take him. But if they didn't get short of people, they wouldn't, because he was so overweight and stuff. Then my father, they had an ad in the paper for people to go to work on the railroad. So it was the Central Vermont Railroad down in New London. So my father went down there. He was working at the time at Pratt & Whitney, which was a rated employer. Pratt & Whitney was making
rated? What's that mean?
Engines for aircraft and stuff like that.
Oh, so he would be considered like...
If the recording randomly stops, I apologize, because I'm running out of space.
They were varying grades of that. So when they would take, and now, my father went to work on the railroad. He was working at Pratt & Whitney as a machinist at Pratt & Whitney, which which my Uncle Al worked there, and a lot of people worked there.
Yeah.
Here, like they came out of Canada, and they come down into the United States, and the joke was they would be on the train, and the guy would say, "Where are you going?" And he said, "I'm going to Pratt & Whitney, USA." And but anyway.
So what happened when your dad went on the railroad?
Well, he was the head of a family with minor children.
There's just
Me and
more
my brother.
railroad here, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pause.
Now, we go by a field up there. When I was in about the second grade or something like that, they put us all on the buses. And we got on the buses and we went up to these fields, and we would go out in the fields and we would pick milkweed. When milkweed, now the center of milkweed, once it matured, developed a thing called kapok. Now, kapok was a floatable device, and they would use it to stuff life preservers. So we would go out with pillowcases and pick, mature milkweed.
Everybody did their part.
Yeah, well, it was for the war effort, and I can remember at the time, right up at the top of by the green in North, they used to have this big bin, and they wanted you to put nettle into it.
Nettle?
Metal.
Oh, metal.
Metal.
I said nettle. I'm like, the plant? Why?
No.
Oh wait,
No,
that's
and I can remember at the time I had a real nice lock.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of them things that I had. Not everybody had locks, and I had this lock. And I can remember I was feeling very patriotic, and I went up and threw my lock into the thing that would be picked up with the trash,
Yeah.
metal trash, recyclable metal is the way the term that would be talked about today. But and everybody, all the kids used to run around, and you would have shirts and jackets and stuff, and on them they would sew on patches of military significance, 8th Army, the 8th Air Force. The 8th Air Force was the one that bombed Germany. The different things,